Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of our Christmas game. Today we are going to be carrying on with... What are we doing? I forgot already. We are going to finishing the clicking on the target object. We need to go and destroy the object whenever the player clicks on it. And then once we've got that down, I think we might add in a little bit of a sound effect. So if you hit the target, it will play a sound effect, but also if you miss the target, we'll play a different sound effect maybe. You can see if we can get that working. And then, depending on how long that takes, we also need to start working on our UI. So we need to add some text into the game somewhere to display the score, so that whenever you hit a target, you get rewarded for it. In this case, it's going to be probably some sort of point system. You might get like 5 points or a couple of points for every hit you get. We'll see how we want to work that out, but let us go and get started. So this is where we left off yesterday. I think I might have changed a few things. I think from yesterday's episode I changed the speed back to what we had it at. So that was where is it, global class. I changed the delay back to our 0.6 for now. I think it was at 0.4, but I think that's a bit too fast, so I changed it to 0.6. And then I also increased our pop-up speed so we can see the targets moving up faster. So what we need to do is, yesterday's episode we started working on the destroy on mouse click, and we tried to get the raycast working, but turns out you don't really need any of this. We can do this in a much simpler way, and that is to use the pre-built on mouse button down, I think it's called, the function that Unity provides. So let's go and say on mouse down, there we go, on mouse down. This method here is going to be called whenever you press on the object, whatever the script is attached to. So in here all we need to do is say destroy, and we need to pass in the game object, and that's pretty much it. So that will destroy whatever is clicked on, as long as it has that script attached to it. So it should work fine because we do have it attached to our target. So let's play. Let's see if we click on, if we can get one. If we click on the targets, you can see that they actually get destroyed. So instead of them popping down like that, if we miss them, they'll go all the way down to the bottom of the screen. And when they touch that out of bounds area box at the bottom of the screen, which is somewhere over here, you will see that they disappear. But that is working nicely now. So as long as you can reach the target and you can press it, it will get destroyed. So that's cool. Let's go now and try and work on the sound. So what I want to do for this game is I want to add in 2 different sounds for now. The first one, being quite simple, is whenever you hit the target, you play like a hit sound, like a destructive sound kind of thing. I've got these sounds over here. We've got a hit sound and a miss sound. I downloaded them off freesounds.com, I think it is. I'll put the reference to the people that made them in the description. But when we hit a target, we want to go and play the hit sound, obviously, but also when we miss the target, so when we hit anywhere else that's not the target, we also need to try and play a miss sound. So I haven't worked out how I'm going to play the miss sound yet, but let's go and implement the hit sound for now. So to do that is quite simple really, or I think all we need to do is play it on here. So when we click on the object, we can go and play the sound. So let's go and do that. So let's say, first of all, we need a reference to our sounds. So on here we can add a serialized field, so we can drag it in. Private, this is going to be a sound audio source, And then I can't remember if we need to import anything, but let's go and say serialized field again, private audio clip. I think that's what we need. This will be our, this is going to be our hit sound, so let's say hit sound. We'll deal with our miss sound later once we've got this working. So I think that's pretty much all we need. So when we go and destroy the object or the target, we want to also get rid of it out of the scene, but also go and play the sound. So let's, in here we will say audio source dot play one shot, so it only plays once, it doesn't loop over. And then in here we will pass in our hit, no, not hide flags, our hit sound. So there we go. I think that's pretty much it. So now the only thing that's left to do is on our target we need to go and drag in our audio source. So we need to add in a audio source onto it. So where's that audio source there? We can go and drag that into there, and then we can also drag our hit sound into here. Where is it? There it is. So we'll save that. Now let's go and play the game and see if that works. This might be a fairly short episode depending on how long this takes us. So we can click on an object. Can I play a disabled audio source? What? Audio clip. Why is it disabled? Play on awake. Let's just try that again and see what happens. So cannot play a disabled audio clip. Audio source. What does that mean? Let's go. I've never had that error before. Let's go look it up. Cannot play a disabled audio source in Unity. There we go. That fixes it. So we need to go and play this before we destroy our object. So we'll save that and then play it again and see if that works. So play it, and now that we, if we hit it, can we hear that? I don't know if you can hear that icon. Let's see. Mute audio. No, we don't want to mute it. Can we change the volume of it? Volume is at 1. Let's see if this works. Okay, that scared me. Okay, so now we don't want that. It does play it, but clearly not the way we want it to play. Okay, let's see. Let's try and say audio source dot volume is equal to 2, maybe. We'll save that and then jump into here. Let's see if that makes any difference. Don't know why I paused it. But let's see, can we catch... Okay, so we can definitely hear it playing, but not when we click on the targets. I'm just going to change this back to 5, just so that we don't have to struggle trying to get the target pressed. So we need to figure out why it's not really playing loud. First, I'm going to do something quick. I am going to go to our destroy. I'm going to just get rid of this quick and see if it's because we are destroying the object straight after or at the same time as we click it. So let's play it and see if that works. Okay, so that does work. That is clearly why. So we need to add in a little bit of delay. So how do you add in a little bit of delay before you do something? Destroy actually I think I know how to do this. Destroy game, then you add in bracket game object after a 0 point. It needs to be a very small delay, so let's try 0.1 and see what kind of delay that gives us. I'll convert double to float mode. Let's go and say delay. Global dot destroy delay. We shall save that, go in here, and then here we'll say destroy delay is equal to 0.1. And go back into here and see if that works. So that's fine. Let's go in here and see if that delay is long enough for us to actually play our sound. Hopefully it is, otherwise we might have to just increase it. Okay, so it is, it gets destroyed. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna turn the volume down a little bit by saying audio source dot volume is equal to 0.5. Actually, I'm gonna say global dot audio volume, like that. And then in our global class, we're going to do the same. Audio volume, like that. We will change this to 0.5 because I think it was set at 1. I think it is set at 1 by default. So let's go and see what kind of volume that gives us. So play the game quick, and then we can. Okay, it's still a bit too loud. Let's go back and try 0.1. Let's try that and see what that's like. So where's our target object? There it is. Okay, it's fine for now. We'll leave it like that. So now what we want to try and do now is implement our miss hit sound. Our miss hit sound. So when we go and hit our target, it's playing the correct sound, but now when we click somewhere else, like everywhere else, we want to go and play the miss sound. So first of all, let us go and change our delay back to 0.6, I think it was, and then what else do we want to do? We need to try and figure out how we want to play that miss hit sound. So we could have, how are we going to do this? The only reason why we can play the sound is because when we click on a game object and it has got that script attached to it, it allows you to access that method of on mouse down, which calls doesn't call, but it executes all the code that's in that block. So we need to do the exact same thing, but somehow on the entirety of the game window. So we could just add a massive see-through game object that way, or we could actually, no, I think let's try that. Let's go and add an empty object here. Actually, yeah, empty object. And then on that we will add a 2D object sprite square, and then we will make the size of it. First of all, let's go reset that, and then we'll make the size of it the entire width of the game, like that. So we'll put that as 10 by 17 by 18, like that. Then position it in the middle, but then we need to go and make it transparent. So let's go and say this hit manager, I don't know, something like that. So on here we need to add our audio source. Then we also need to add in a new script called this. Actually, let's we'll call it audio manager so that we can handle all of our audio in the script. So we'll create that new script, then we can go and move it into our scripts folder, and then we can open that up. There it is. Also, I don't really know if this is going to work, so let's just experiment and see what happens. So I'm going to go back here and copy all of this because that's pretty much the exact same thing that we need, and we'll paste that in there, and then we'll change this to miss hit or miss sound. And then what else? We play our miss sound audio source, global audio volume, yeah, that's fine. And destroy game. We don't need to destroy anything because we are not hitting anything other than the game object. So, and obviously we don't want to destroy that, because if we destroy it, then we won't hear the hit manager, well, the hit sound every time we hit a target object. So we'll drag these into there, and let's just see if we get that sound whenever we click on it. So we don't get that sound. We do get the hit sound. So I'm gonna place this in the very front. So miss hit order and layer needs to be at, let's just say 10. So that's in the very front. So now that this is in the front, I don't really know if we can still click on these. Okay, so we can still click on our targets, which is fine, but it's not playing our audio source, so let's figure that out. Do we save it? Yeah, we did save it. Audio source, destroy, unmask button, unmask down. Does it need to have some sort of color in it? Let's go and do that. Let's just do this for a test and see if it actually works. Okay, so that's not working. What if we do this? Debug.log test sound. Let's see if this works, and then if it does work, we know that that method is being called, and that okay, so it doesn't work because we don't see this method being called, obviously, because nothing is being printed out. So let's see, audio manager on our miss hit manager, audio manager, yeah. You know what, I'm going to copy this component, and then I'm going to remove it, and then I will add it onto our actually, you know what, I'm just going to move that up there, and then I'm going to delete this and then paste everything onto here. So in here we have audio manager, and we'll paste component values so everything matches up. Then we also need our audio source, so we'll paste that into there, drag that in there, and then change this to audio manager. So let's play that now and see if that makes any sort of difference. So we are still clicking on it, but it's still not doing anything. We can still click on our target objects. Test sound is still not being called. Okay, so let's see, audio manager. What I'm going to do again is I am going to add some add some color onto it so we can see if that makes a difference. Not that it should, but you never know. Let's see. Okay, so that's not working. How else are we gonna do this? Because that clearly doesn't work. Maybe we should just not play a sound when we hit something, because that would save us a lot of trouble. Okay, let's see. Audio on mouse button down, yeah. Hit sound, audio sound, move sound, yeah. Is everything okay in here? Audio manager. Where's our prefab? Let's click on that quick and see. Target audio source, yeah, that's fine. Audio manager. I don't see why that shouldn't work. Let's try and make it at different level layer or order in layer. So let's see. Still nothing, but we can still click on our target objects. Okay, so we might have to completely rethink the design of the miss hit manager, because clearly it's not working. So I'm gonna do some research into how to fix that, and then probably fix it in the next episode, depending on if I found the solution. But if not, then we shall carry on with our UI. Start the... Oh, actually, yeah, we'll start the UI, and then we'll go after that. Once we got the UI ready, we will go and actually implement the score system. So whenever you click on a target object, you want to go and increase the player's score. So that will be in the next 2 videos. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. That would appreciate. Oh, I would appreciate that a lot. But that's it for today. So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.